August 6, 2026 Plat Committee meeting to order. First item of business is roll call. Jared Hahn is here, Lynn Huffman is here, and Mike Lotzenheiser is here. We'll show Nick Huffman absent. And we have not had a replacement appointed yet for the fifth member. Potentially tonight.
Yep.
And I would entertain a motion to approve the meeting minutes from the July 16th, 2026 meeting.
I'll make that motion.
So, motion by Mike, second by Lynn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3-0.
So we'll start with Bethlehem.
Okay. So we'll start with Staff Development Plan 260809 in Jefferson Township. This is for Bethlehem Lutheran Church. Request approval for a proposed 24 by 32 pavilion. Property is located south of 7545 North, 650 East, Austin, Indiana, and is currently zoned A1. There's a representative here for that petition. If you want to come up to the table here and state your name, tell us what you want to do. If you would, on the microphone, make sure the red button is up.
Stan Meyer,
Okay.
Bethlehem Lutheran Church in Ossian.
What are we looking at doing?
Looking at building a 24 by 32 foot pavilion over by the playground for shade and shelter and for church functions.
Okay. So basically in between the playground and the parking lot.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So the one thing noted in that where it's laid out, building would need to be 60 feet from the center of the road. It's showing as being about 9 feet short of that.
Yeah.
So that would need to be adjusted on the site plan.
I'm sorry.
So
Are
on
you
the,
saying we're not?
on the site plan, it says that the building is 51.41 feet from the center of the road. And the setback requirement is 60,
60 to either direction from the center of the road?
either direction from the center of the road, yes.
Gotcha.
The one direction is fine, across the parking lot, the one that comes off of the,
Off of 650, you've got plenty of distance.
yes, yep,
This would be
750
off of
north.
750.
750.
north coming south.
Yeah, so we were centering it between the trees so we wouldn't have interference. So that's kind of where the location came from, the proposed location, I guess.
So the alternative would have to go through Board of Zoning Appeals for a variance.
Well, I mean, we could grant that if we, but today, yeah, the way that's drawn up would
It doesn't
require
meet the
Black
requirement
Committee
as it is today.
require us to do a modification. 60 feet would be what would be required for it.
Okay. So what are our options? Either move the building 60 feet from the center line, or can you grant us a variance today?
Well, we can talk about, so what is making it want to be closer to the road?
The trees, there's trees on both sides of it, so trying to stay in the center of that area so that the trees won't interfere as they mature.
Okay, so like newly planted trees.
They've been
They,
there.
they don't show up on the aerial, that's what I was trying to,
Yeah, no, they've been
can you
there.
point out here where they're at? Okay,
On both sides. Those are like benches,
mm-hmm.
just benches there, and then there's trees on both sides that have been there for several years.
Okay. There isn't a measurement to the building across the road, is there, on that?
On the other side of the road, you say?
Yeah, the distance, it doesn't say on that plan what the other side of the road is.
Doesn't. I think there's that overhang on the existing church.
Yeah, and it's closer.
Would that be the?
Let's see if I can get something here real quick.
As I recall, that road is already chip and seal. It's not a gravel road, correct?
Correct, chip and seal.
It would look like the other part is closer. Is that something that other committee members would support, reducing that, or?
I mean, if there's other buildings that are closer, or at least that distance, I think that justifies doing it. The fact that that road is already chip and seal, probably not going to be any road improvements, that additional right-of-way is going to be needed, all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah, it looks like the awning's probably 40 feet or closer.
I
Okay. All right, then we'll, as long as it's consistent, be okay with supporting the modification to the presented 51.
51.41 feet.
Okay.
I don't know that we'll go out and measure it to the 100th of a foot, but.
Okay. Yeah. Is there anything else we need to know about?
Well, I guess I went and measured it yesterday, and so, let's see, we've got, just so the dimensions are correct, so we've got 32 and a half feet from the center line of the road to the fence that's there.
Yep.
And then it'll be another 23 feet to the eave of the pavilion.
Okay.
So in total, it's 55.6 would be what our setback's gonna be
Okay.
for the building.
That's, so not in compliance, it's not that?
On here, it shows 51,
Yeah.
basically 51 and a half
Okay,
is what
well,
it's showing.
then do that, and we'll easily be within those limits.
Okay, that's
Okay.
okay. All right, so we'll support that. You've got your state design release already, so that's helpful. And we're using, one-time stormwater.
Stormwater exemption.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, thank you. I think
So
we're
that's
good.
what we need.
Yep, so, we'll post the approval sign out on the site, sir. We'll post the approval sign, sign out on the site, and you would be able to get your permit, so. Okay, great. Do you wanna get it today? Do you wanna get it today? Yep, then, yeah, Susie will take you upstairs and wrap it up.
Thank you.
We're good to go back up to the top.
So next item will be the Staff Development Plan 260808 Harrison Township Gerber Development LLC. Request approval for a 30-foot gravel driveway. Property is located at 1274 South Adams Street, Bluffton, Indiana, and is currently zoned I-1. We've got representatives, if you can state your name and tell us what you want to do.
I'm Jackson Lambert from Burt Frank and Associates, representing.
Eric Gerber with Gerber Development.
Okay.
And we're wanting to put in a 30-foot gravel drive with a concrete entrance off the roadway. And the stormwater sheet flow will continue to go to the existing stormwater detention basin. And it's less than half an acre of earth disturbance, so we do not need a SWIP for this project. And, but we're keeping the stormwater pretty much existing, other than adding a little bit of hardscape, and we're adding 2 culverts to be able to make sure the water flows as it does existing.
So the stormwater that goes into the swale that's there now, that's gonna go into the detention pond.
Correct, yeah. That all goes to a pinch point to the north, and then there's a culvert that takes it into the existing detention basin.
Okay. And you felt that that was adequate to carry any additional runoff from the drive itself?
Correct, yeah. Because if anything, it could back up into that swale, and there should be enough detention storage within that swale and in the basin to take on that additional hardscape.
I assume City of Bluffton has looked at the cut permit or driveway cut permit.
Yeah, and they're showing their standard being met in regards to the concrete being within the 100-foot right of way or the 50-foot right of way.
Okay. Do they need to get a permit then from the
No,
office?
nope, and
Just-
they would need to get have you got your driveway permit from the city yet?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so
but
that
I
would be
can
your
look at
next phase, but the city sign-up has been completed, so they're aware and prepared for it.
So really all they need to do is get their permit from the city for
Yep.
the driveway and good to go.
that. Okay,
Yeah,
That was painless.
awesome. All right, thank you. Yes.
thank you.
Then next item of business, staff 260810 Jefferson Township, Town of Ossian requests approval for a proposed 38 by 73 fitness area. Property is located off of County Road 900 North, Ossian, Indiana, and is currently zoned R1. We have a representative here.
Hi, Stephanie Tucker, Austin Town Council. So we are working on a project to put a fitness court and studio in the southern area of Archibald Wilson Park.
Okay.
It will go inside the current walking track, but on the southernmost part, and run parallel to 900 North.
And it also includes the, official connection from the parking lot to the trail and to the facility, correct? It's also,
I believe so, yes.
yeah.
There's kind of a path there right now.
Yes, yeah,
Yeah,
this
that-
actually
yeah.
Improves this.
makes it all. This was the parking lot that was just paved.
Yes.
Okay. Stormwater looks like just goes
Yep,
to
just-
the east And I'm
Yeah.
assuming it's gonna tie in somewhere, eventually it would sheet flow and get to the drainage swale,
Yeah, so this is gonna follow its normal, its pre-existing. path.
wherever it goes today.
And be using its one-time exemption
Okay.
policy with this.
So is that pad, is it concrete or,
It is a concrete slab, and then, yes.
And it has a surface on it, right?
Yeah, then when they install the court and everything, they install the,
like a rubber?
yeah, the rubber surface and all of that on there.
Okay. But it's hard, it's not gravel.
No,
right?
yeah.
It is not gravel, no.
Hard surface.
Yeah.
Meets the requirements for the exemption.
Yeah.
Okay. Is this something you guys are gonna start on right away, or are you working on a grant for it, or what's?
We have received 2 grants so far. We are working on some additional funding. We ran into a little bit of a hiccup this week. So we are actually looking to pour this slab next spring now. We were hoping to get it done relatively quickly, was our goal, but unfortunately, I think we're looking, weather and all of that, we're gonna push into the spring of next year.
You don't need a building permit today, I guess is what I'm saying. Okay. I don't see any issue with it.
Yeah. I think we're good to go, so. And with this one, there isn't, because it's, again, it's just impervious surface, now that it's received its development plan approval, there isn't anything else that you would need from us.
No.
There's no permit or anything.
Okay, wonderful, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yes.
Okay. Ready? Next item is staff development plan for a pond, 260807, James and Amanda Terry, 8381 West, 1000 South, -90 Warren, proposed 500 square foot pond. Got representatives. State your name for the recording and tell us what you want to do.
Amanda Terry, homeowner. We just want to put a pond in on the west side of the driveway.
Okay. So I'm drawing from memory. I do believe that parcel got approval from the drainage board for a garage at one time. I don't know if it was a blanket exemption or if, I'm not sure what it was. I'll have to look back. There is a potential that you would have to get approval from the drainage board to encroach within the 75 feet. The next meeting is not this coming Monday, it's the following Monday, August, I forget the date. If you would get your application, if we need to do it 17th, if you get your application in and would get that in by about Wednesday of next week, that could go to that meeting on the 17th. So you could get approval fairly quickly for that, assuming that they would approve it. Typically, they won't let you go any closer than 25 feet to the top of the bank of the open ditch.
Ditch, close to the road or to the ravine?
To the ditch that's kind of on the north and west side of the property.
Yeah, the ravine.
So it's the ravine. So we just can't encroach within 25 feet of that.
So with approval from the drainage board,
Okay.
typically they will go down to within 25 feet of the
Okay.
top of bank.
Okay,
That includes if you're piling dirt up, anything else, the 25 feet, there has to be 25 feet of original ground.
Yes.
And then if you have a mound, if you have whatever, typically 25 feet is the closest that they will allow those. I'm not a voting member of the drainage board, I just present the stuff to them. They're the ones that make that decision. Typically, that's what they do.
and that should be no problem. There's more than enough space.
Okay.
To ravine to push it
Oh, yeah.
out another 5-10 feet if they need us
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like I say, I'll have to look back. I kind of remember, and I'm not sure if it's when that house had sold at one time, that there was an agreement for an encroachment. It seems like that exists, but I'll have to look back. It may have been like a blanket, you can put anything within so many feet of the ditch. It may have been very specific for a garage or a pole barn or whatever it was. I'll have to look and see. If it's blanket, you won't have to do anything additional. If it's just for a garage, then you'll have to get another one for the pond. So, there's a $50 filing fee at the drainage board for that. The application has to be notarized. My deputy that's at the office is a notary. You can sign it in front of her and she can notarize it for you, so you don't have to take it somewhere else. Let me do a little bit of research on that, and then I can get you the paperwork if need be. Before we leave, do you guys have email address that you can give me? We can,
Or I can give you guys mine.
if you wanna write it down for me,
I
we
mean,
can,
since you're
we can
taking
email
it.
you the paperwork.
Use about the pen I can use.
Yep, we can email you the paperwork, so.
Awesome, that works out perfect. But other than that, was everything okay with the distance from the road?
So that's, yeah, so that's our next thing.
that's
to
the
talk
next
about.
thing to
Yeah,
talk
that's the
about.
next thing, yeah,
Alright.
yeah, we're getting there.
I'm worried about the ditch.
Yeah.
That's the,
Okay, so they're proposing 50 feet from the water's edge to the center of the road.
okay,
That is not the setback standard. The setback standard is 50 feet from the right of way,
Okay.
which would be a minimum of
about
70 feet
Okay.
at that location. Now, you said when you filed that we would discuss that at the meeting and see what the committee felt in regards to changing that. One of the things I would ask up front is where is the dirt from excavating the pond going to
So
go?
we actually are removing that off property.
You're removing,
We're removing it,
Okay.
yes, there is gonna be, it's gonna be flat with the ground, it's gonna come in, it's a small, agricultural pond. It's basically for the ducks, geese, they have goats on the property, chickens, that kind of thing. It's only 5 feet deep, so all the excess dirt will be removed down 2 houses. He already agreed to take the filter.
so typically the reason for that setback from the road is in case, in the event that somebody goes off the road,
Correct.
they don't end up in a pond. Not knowing the rest of that property and the site layout, is there a reason you want it there? I mean, could you put it like behind on the back part of that property? Would that work, or does that affect some other setback, Mike?
On the rear side of the property,
Mhm.
there
Is-
is a concrete slab back there.
Okay.
It maybe housed a garage or an old barn at one time.
Okay.
They did remove the structure, but the slab is still there.
Slab's still there, okay.
Yeah, so other than pulling it out and removing it, that's why we chose.
And
Okay.
then the garage that you were talking about that they didn't put there is behind the house on a concrete slab, and it's a 2-car.
I mean, I was thinking, I guess, farther back in the
in
property,
the grass.
and where it's grass behind it.
Oh.
I didn't know if that
Where's
was an
your
option.
septic
I didn't know if that was an option.
The septic system is, if you're looking at the front of the home, it would just be to the east of the house.
Okay.
Northeast, back corner of the house there.
Okay.
Okay. Similar to where the propane tank is? Okay.
Yep, to the rear,
Okay.
yep.
Yep, okay.
And just with the septic being back there, I didn't wanna
Yeah, not in.
try to even get
Nope,
anywhere
yep.
near close to that. Yep. And I would have an overflow, I think I annotated it on there, on one of the prints, that, just if the pond would fill up too high, there would be an overflow that would flow into that natural ravine right there to the west. And it
Okay.
wouldn't interfere with the natural flow of water from the ditch there, from the side of the road, because the ditch runs down into that ravine as well. And then with our overflow, it would flow in and it wouldn't interfere with the natural flow.
Would you be willing to install a fence?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Up against
Say-
the road.
Well, either fence or could they put a berm? Would that,
Yeah.
I could use some of that fill dirt and put a berm out there by the road.
I would
to-
just something so that if in the event somebody goes off the road for whatever reason,
Yeah.
They would be able to hit something
there's something before they go directly into the water. You definitely want to stay with your berm, say there's 40 feet of right-of-way, 20, another 20.
So the-
40
it
feet.
is-
It would be
whatever-
pretty
Whatever would need to be
close.
20 feet off the center of the road before it started. So whether it would be a fence or a berm, something there would,
I could do a berm that would save the homeowner money in the long run. I think it would, fulfill your guys' purpose, for something there. And I'm already gonna have the fill dirt from when it's less for me to move anyway, to be honest. I could pull that out. I believe the road comes off, there's the natural swell ditch, and then there's approximately 40-ish feet,
before you would,
before
yeah,
water's
yeah,
edge.
yep,
So
yep.
I could put it somewhere 20, 25-ish feet. So if they do happen to come in, they would hit that berm 25 feet before they even get close to the water's edge.
I think that's probably,
I would be amenable to
Okay.
approving
I think that's a
something
better
with-
option.
With a,
Is there
With
a
a barrier.
stipulation on how high you would like that berm?
3 to 4 feet.
yeah,
Perfect.
at
That's
least
kind of what I was thinking.
a minimum of 3.
Okay.
Better if it was a little bit higher. But yeah, so if you could resubmit a drawing that showed that on there, I think we would be, as long as, Lynn, do you have any?
Sounds good.
Okay, then I think we would be okay supporting the modification. You'll still need to work with Drainage Board, verify whether you need that or not, and if you do, you'll need that before you can get your permit, so. Okay?
And I'll check into that when I get back to my office. It might take me a little bit of time to find it. I'll
Yeah.
do what I can.
Yep,
Do you want my telephone number as well on there? And you can just shoot me a text or give me a call and let me know. It's 260-267-1452.
6, 7, 1, 4, 5, 2.
yeah,
Jeremy.
yep,
I'm actually the homeowner's twin brother. I'll be digging the pond. I've been in construction for 15 years.
Okay.
I used to dig pools with Treadway for 6 years. I did pools with Olympia Pools for another 3 after that, and then I worked with Bluestone Pools for another 3 years after that. So I almost got close to 15 years.
dig holes
digging
that have
holes in
water,
the ground.
that
So,
for
yeah,
water,
so,
yeah.
And then
Okay.
my only other concern that I would like to address is digging in that land. The neighbor 2 houses down has an 18-foot deep pond in the rear of his property. He did say that whole area is clay. If I dig that pond and I'm not hitting solid clay, I am gonna have to truck in at least 18 inches to line the bottom of the
Sure,
pond.
yeah, I understand
Just
that.
where it's not
Yep,
washing out into the ravine or
Yep.
flooding the yard or turning it into a bog.
Yep, yep.
I don't want it to be a dry pond.
Sure.
But if we could do it before the weather starts changing, because if I don't dig it with ample time to get it established before wintertime, it's just gonna be a mud hole in the yard.
yeah, yeah,
So, yep, that would be my only concerns, really.
yeah,
So the other thing, and not knowing what tile may come from the east, the property to the east of you that comes through there, not knowing what that is, if you encounter any drainage tile,
Yep.
they're yours to reroute. They're not the neighbors to reroute. So, just so you know, if you find a tile, and usually it's best if you find a tile, stop what you're doing,
Oh, yeah.
figure out what you're going to do with it, and then continue on. But not knowing what's there or not there. In the aerial photo, don't see any tile outlet pipes or anything sticking out in the ditch right there, but doesn't mean that you're not gonna find something that's old.
Oh, yeah.
So-
Farm tile or something like that buried down there.
But whatever you find, it's the owner's responsibility to reroute that and continue it on.
There is an old farm tile under there, an old clay tile that is routing groundwater out of there. And I hit it while I'm digging. I do have to replace that.
You gotta reroute it around.
Brother's problem.
I'm just letting you know.
yeah. So, yeah,
We just like to make that clear.
yeah. And a clarification, on the berm, it would start at how close you can get to the top of the ditch. So if it's 25 feet from the top of the ditch, that would be left alone, and then it would run over to the driveway. Yep.
Yep, from driveway, I would span it from the driveway.
Driveway
all the way
to the 25 foot or
You
whatever.
gotta leave 25 feet.
Yeah, so you'll leave an
okay,
area
from the
that's
ravine.
out, yeah,
Okay,
yes,
okay,
yep.
yep.
So whatever Drainage Board approves, that'll be the starting point for the berm and then to the driveway.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yep.
Okay. Okay,
And then I'm gonna recommend, from the road side, leave as much, and mainly for visibility when you're pulling in and out of your driveway, whatever, try to keep the ravine as close to the pond or the ravine, the
Yeah.
berm as close to the pond as you can, so that you've got sight distance when you're pulling it. You don't want it out there as close to the
Yeah, you can't
right
see
of way,
past
because then you
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
see.
you're correct.
So, just for your safety.
But yeah, if it's pulled back full 20 feet, then, or whatever, then that'll provide ample space for that.
But yeah, let me see what I can find on the drainage board records. I'll see what I can find, and then I will let you guys know.
And then if you do find something and there is extra, you said August 17th?
August 17th is the next meeting. If we can have the information, the paperwork back by about Wednesday of next week, that way we can get it on the agenda. We have to post our agendas on Thursday. So that way we can get it posted on the agenda. Wednesday's kind of the drop dead date of, we've got to have that stuff back by.
And you guys just need a new drawing submitted with that berm?
We need a
Yeah,
drawing
yeah.
submitted,
Yep.
what distance you're wanting to go. The running side of that ditch where we've maintained it over the years, is on the opposite side, so I don't see any issue with allowing it. I don't think there'll be any problem, but that, like I say, I don't vote on those things. That's a decision that the drainage board makes, so. But, all right.
Yep.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
All right.
Next item is PC 2026-069, Philip and Gemma Sickafus, and they are at 5895 North Lincoln Avenue in Uniondale. They're splitting one lot and I believe adding it to an adjacent
Yes.
lot.
Yeah, so the garage on the north lot is going to be added to the south parcel.
Okay,
And submitted survey information for that.
okay,
And it does appear that everything else would be compliant. That the new line in the middle of the lot does not cause an issue.
okay. Entertain a motion to approve.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mike, second by Lynn. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Next item, PC 2026-070, Melinda Montgomery, 6510 North, 200 West, Uniondale. And they are adding 1 acre to a 1.45 acre tract.
So they're squaring up what would be the north and south property lines and then running it back. Include almost an acre of ground on the,
I think someone had called me up there that maybe they're wanting to build a pond or
Yeah.
something. I think that's what, probably.
beautiful spot with some drainage or something running through it potentially. So.
All right, I will entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Lynn,
I'll second.
second by Mike. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
3-0. And then PC 2026-071, Charles and Edith, is it Karen's? County Road 500 West, north of County Road 1100 North, Uniondale, 4.81 acres with 1,002.57 feet of road frontage.
Yeah, so this is splitting off the frontage north of the existing improvements there.
Okay.
There's nothing on that property.
Meets all the requirements.
Haven't seen any issues with it.
Okay.
I make a motion to approve.
Motion by Mike. Lynn seconds. All in favor, say aye. Aye. 3-0. Any other business for the good of the cause? Entertain a motion to adjourn. Or I'll adjourn us.
Yes.
We are adjourned.